Hello, everybody, and welcome to our last set of online learning mini lessons that I'm recording. I can't believe it's been how long? I don't even know. March, April, May, June, 3.5 months. So thank you for sticking with me. If you're watching this, that means that you've stuck by and you've continued watching this whole time, which is fantastic. So for our last week, we're going to bring it right back, and we've been learning lots about the different things that are important in a story. So we've talked about characters, we've talked about problems and solutions. I'm going to introduce a new word called setting today. And what the point of getting to know all of these things is that it helps us figure out what the main idea of a story is. So it helps us determine what's important, what the main idea is, and what the author is essentially trying to teach us. So I just threw that up there so that you recognize that everything we've been learning, we're bringing it back to figuring out the main idea. So I have a little game to start. I have 4 items, and just like how the characters and the setting and the problem and the solution all come together to make a main idea, so do these things. So I want you to try and guess, as I pull out these items, what I'm doing with them, what the main purpose of all these things is. So the first thing I have is a spatula. Okay, so you might have some guesses already. Second thing is measuring cup. Might have more guesses, maybe more specific guesses now. Third thing is a bowl. So maybe that's narrowing it down even a little bit more. Okay. So what do all of these 3 things have in common that could be the main idea? What's the main idea of these things? Okay, I'll give you one more. This should really narrow it down. Did anyone have that guess? So the main idea of all of these items is to make pancakes. So before you saw this, you might have guessed other baking things. And just like in a story, it's important to pay attention to all the different parts of the story so that we understand what the main idea is. If you didn't see the pancake box, you might have not guessed pancakes. If you don't pay attention to a character in a story, you might not get the main idea of the story right. So, today what you're going to do, everyone's going to be reading the same book this week. This book was not one that I had printed for you, so I apologize. I'll send it to you online. But I just want us, you can use Cinderella if you need to, but this is a better choice because that Cinderella book that I gave you, I didn't realize it's not great. So I would prefer you to use the Little Red Hen. This will be the one we're talking about in our Google Meet. And what I want you to do today is read through the Little Red Hen. Some of you may already know it, and that's perfectly fine. And you're going to take your graphic organizer that I'm going to put in your Google Classroom for you, or you can just draw this. You just need a box and 4 big spaces on the outside. And today what I want you to focus on is writing down the characters and the setting. So we didn't have enough time to talk about setting like I would have. So for setting, you're just going to say, where is this story happening and when? Okay, so you don't have to get too detailed about it. For the characters, I do want you, for the one main character, so you'll have to figure out who the main character is. I think the title should give you a hint. And I want you to write down all the different things we pay attention to when we're paying attention to characters like we talked about. So what is that character saying, doing, and thinking and feeling, okay? Just keywords is fine. You can get someone else to write it for you, and you can just do the thinking if you'd like. So fill in these top 2 parts of your graphic organizer because they're going to help us figure out what the main idea of this story is. So have that done for tomorrow, and I will see you then.